Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time. Today I'm gonna share with you guys my experience navigating dengue fever, but also gonna share with you guys the energetics behind this experience. What really goes on what is the spiritual meaning? What is that energetic meaning behind dengue fever? But also this video could be for you if you want to just also hear a different approach or awareness or navigation system towards how to deal with sicknesses or physical ailments that happen in the body. Because first and foremost, I want to say that this is not for me like a belief system or something that I want to go by. It's something that I really live. This is something that I live by. My approach to illnesses and physical pain really first it started with my spiritual awakening when I started understanding physical pains in a different way, like the shamanic way, where nothing is just by mistake. There's always energy. There's just something that is involved in that. It's not just like, hey, take some pills and just deal with a symptom, or like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Like I'm a victim to that experience. I'm a victim to that pain. And then more than ever, it happened to me. It got activated when I had my light body awaken, my spontaneous light body awaken, or something else that some people may call the Kundalini awaken. That just completely shifted my entire life. I shifted my entire perception and perspective towards life itself, but also towards dealing with the body and the different things that we go through. And so I started really honoring and living and experiencing without a choice, really, without a choice. That was my spontaneous light body awakening. That's what it got me to do, to just completely go through that experience of that. Those pains, those physical experiences are literally upgrades or initiations or clearings or something of some sort. Okay, now the thing is that it's very multi-layered. It's very multi-dimensional in nature, so there's just so many perspectives one can look at it, but I'm sharing with you mine. And especially that dengue also opened me up to completely different perspectives, the perspective to life, but also to how my spiritual approach to things as well. It literally filtered out the BS and literally brought everything to the core, to the root of everything. So let's begin. I got dengue, I would say maybe almost 2 years ago, and it's something that I've always wanted to share, but the time has never come, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit and do it. When I first got it, I didn't know honestly anything about it. Like, I mean, in the past I've heard of like, mosquitoes that have like the fevers and things like that, but I don't know. It was never part of my awareness. Even like when the person told me dengue, like the doctor, for a second I was just like, what is dengue? Like it had to sink in for a little bit. So it wasn't part of my awareness whatsoever. Not like I was preventing it, or like, I don't know, it was just not part of my awareness. And it's interesting because it happened immediately after I landed into my new location in Mexico. So it was intense in so many different ways, and I'm gonna go through. It was literally, I want to say that it was literally the most intense physical experience of my life. Some people, I don't know, some people say that it lasted them to a few days, but that's not really the common thing. Like usually people, it lasts them for a long time. Even some people, it lasts them for a year. And so it's like really intense. For me, it was almost like a month process, but it was not a month of like, you're getting better. It's literally a month of intense physical pain. And you just feel that you just have no life force, because dengue brings death. It's literally death. And now I like, just flow with me in this video if you have it or had it, just to a little bit understand more what I'm talking about. But basically it's literally death. It's something that just wants to kill you. It's sucking everything out of you, and you feel it. You feel throughout the process that something is literally killing you. Like I can't describe it. And even in like the mainstream medicine, they can't give you anything. They say like you just have to pass through it, and that's what you have to eat. And so it's really interesting, right? But I definitely did a lot of things naturally to support, but yet it's just something you have to go through to get better. You just have to go through it. Now, I'm going to leave that point about death for later because that was very, very important. But I'm going to start by saying that it literally collapsed everything for me, because first thing it does, it shows you that you're not in control. You're not in control of your life. Why? Because I feel that, first of all, it's not something, it just comes out of nowhere. And it comes out of nowhere and just gets shot up like very strongly. Like in the first day, second day, you're just very, very sick. It's not like something that just comes in slowly and then, and it comes out of nowhere. You have no control. Even if you want to prevent it as much as you do, if it's going to come, it's going to come. So it gives you the sense that you're not in control. And the thing is that for me to share that, it was very intense because it was the time when I had just landed into a new place. I knew nobody, had nobody, so there was also this adjustment period. And I also had just landed in a new place, in a new house. I still had no furniture, like barely basic furniture. And what it also showed me, besides the fact that you're not in control, especially in the process, if you want to resist it and fight it, it's going to get worse. Like, it's literally about just surrendering to it. And it's great. Like, you just literally have to say, okay, I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to go through that feeling where something is just sucking life out of me. I'm just going to go through it. There's no other way. And the more you try to mentalize it and fight it and try to find a solution, the more you're going to feel like a clash with it, because it is very dominating. It's a dominance. It's dominating your energy field. There's nothing you can do about it. You're just literally humbled. Like, you're just very vulnerable, in the ultimate vulnerable state, and you're just going through it. The second thing for me that it showed me, and that was my experience, is that besides that, there's, as much as you want to try to control your life, you can't, because accidents happen, things happen. But also at the same time, that miracles do happen, because as I was mentioning, I was in a new place. My husband wasn't with me in that moment, so I was completely alone. I had no friends. I had nobody. And when dengue comes with that intensity, you can't even get up out of bed. Like, the amount of pain, the amount of weakness and pain, like, you can't get out of bed. To even like make yourself something to eat or drink is very, very difficult. And why for me it was a reminder. It showed me the reminder of like miracles happen, and that no matter how much you try to control and push and force your life to go in a specific way, things sometimes just happen. This divine grace that just comes. And mine was in that moment that my mom, who I don't see very often because we live in separate parts of the world, had planned to come visit me on the other side of the world, and literally had arrived 2 days before I got sick with dengue. Literally 2 days. So this entire time I had her support, and her supporting me throughout the process. And for me, that was like such a humbling moment, that first of all, stop controlling. You had all those plans for that month, and then boom, you got shaken right there. And second of all, that believe in miracles, that sometimes things just happen and you don't have to be there making them happen. They're just gonna happen. So I'm very grateful for that. The third thing is about death. Why I'm saying it's an initiation. And it was really fascinating for me because I eventually called it a medicine. And I think that's very difficult. When I started getting hit by dengue, and if you go now and research about dengue, you're going to see the most polarized things ever of like, it's demonic. It's an attack, it's a spiritual attack, and that perspective, you know, and that it's vampiric in nature, because it's literally sucking blood, like it's just sucking things out of you, and through the blood as well. There's something linked to the blood because your blood plaques go down. And so the first 2 days I was in that reality, and I had everybody around, like friends, just telling me, oh my god, it's vampiric, you got spiritually attacked. And in that moment, when I was in that field of like, oh my god, I was spiritually attacked, oh my god, or someone told me, like, because I was in a like you were so low vibrationally, so then you created this, right? Because you attract what you are. Another misunderstanding. So in those 2 days, I just got worse. Like, the amount of fear that I was having in my body just from those concepts, those ideas, was just making it worse. And I had this, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? Am I gonna die? Like, what's gonna happen? I'm feeling that, like, this is it for me. I'm in a lot of pain. Like, why me? What did I do? How did that happen? And then I was like, why now? Why in this land? So is this land not meant for me? And I definitely felt very homesick and nostalgic. It's different when you get sick in your own home than when you're in a new place or on vacation or holidays. Like, it's very different. And I went through that, right? And that didn't work. Then I went through all the different spiritual tools that I had in my toolbox. So, for example, not that I always use, by the way. I'm not someone that visualizes things, very rarely. But I'm like, people say, like, you know, because in that moment, it's like there's this level of desperation where you're just like, you want to do something. Just visualize yourself getting better. That doesn't even work. There's no you. Like, you have no energy to do anything, let alone to visualize something. So that didn't work. Go in and like do some, you know, energy, like do some clearing to release the dengue energy so that, you know, you can, and fill it with more light. That didn't work. And you know what worked? And that is what I'm sharing with you. First and foremost was surrender and trust. I had to trust so much in my life, in my body, and the process that I was going through, in this, to trust in the sickness, to trust in the pain. Like, that is another, we have not been told, like, explained, educated, told to do any of that. And even, like, as I was saying, shamanically, sometimes there's this duality of like, but it's, you know, an attack. And this one, to completely trust and surrender, it was massive. And I literally said to myself, I am going to receive, I am receiving, I am allowing. I am receiving and I'm allowing. I'm no longer in resistance. I surrender. I am receiving this. And that is when the magic began. That is when the magic began. And then something else I tried was prayer. And every time that I would go get my plaques checked, I would, like, again, as I was saying, like in the beginning, like you would visualize, and then when you visualize and pray, somehow you're expecting a different result. So when I was going there, I was getting disappointed because it wasn't happening. And then I was doubting my own prayers or my own visualizations. So I had to let that go either and say, you know what? I let go. Even if my plaques are not getting better, even if I'm only going to get worse, I let go of the result. Like, I literally, in that moment, you're just in complete surrender and let go of whatever is going to happen. Now, where does the action come in? What is it you have to do? And that is where everything changed for me. That is the initiation. So every sickness or illness you go through has its gift, has something hidden in it. It's not that itself is a gift. It can be an attack. That's what I'm saying. It's multi-layered. It can be an attack. But okay, it's an attack. Okay, what do I do about it? Now, what do you do about it? Okay, I got attacked. Now, what do you do about it? How can you find the gem and what in that attack that just happened. So for me, all those spiritual tools just collapsed. And what came through that was truth, was trusting my life, trusting what happened to me, trusting that it's not happening to me, it happened for me. There's something for me there. I don't know what it is, but I trust. I allow, I receive. Although I build that now PTSD on mosquitoes. I just like, every see mosquito, like, but in that moment I was like, you know what, mosquito, I welcome you in. I welcome this disease. But then the other thing that was the most, that's why I left it to the end. When I surrendered to it like a medicine, what was it showing me? It was showing me death and life. It was showing me how, because I was living outside of time and space. Time doesn't exist. Like, you cannot do anything. So you're just literally out of time and space. The things that really mattered to me in my life, I started evaluating my life and started evaluating how I was doing things, the things that really mattered, seeing and feeling like there might be people that I might not see anymore. Like, okay, what happened now if I died? Like, I'm literally gonna die. And as it was showing me this, and it was showing me the different depressive states, it was literally activating me in the death medicine and the death energy. I literally, the way through for me to get through this dengue was through choosing life. I literally had to value life. And I felt this huge battle within me. And that was a coding battle, a cellular battle, not a conscious one. Where it literally deleted something I had carried my entire life with me. Which was an unconscious thread of wanting to leave this earth. It's not always present. It's not like I was depressive in state, but I had moments in the back of my mind where I would always feel I don't belong here, too much suffering and pain, like, please, God, just universe, just spirit, get me out of here. Like, I don't want to be on earth anymore. And then it came and literally deleted that. How? By showing me the contrast, and it made me value life in such a big way. And the way I had, it was literally like the path of the warrior, that in a way you are surrendering to what the medicine of that experience is trying to show you, and then you take the action. So for me, it was like I was given an action. What am I going to choose as a new code? So it wasn't through visualization, affirmations, through filling my body with light, it wasn't with any of that, but it was through me choosing to change a pattern that I had my entire life. And it was to say, I choose life. And I started choosing life every day, but it's not like an affirmation. It's a full body coding level choice that I'm not ready to, I don't want to die. Like, life is so precious. And I started seeing all the beauty of life in and around me. The beauty of health. The things that really mattered to me. It opened my heart completely to my mom. Allowed me to see her even more, drop my guards that I had towards her, and allowed me to let go of why I thought I was here on earth. For so long, as a light worker, whatever you want to call it, stars, whatever kind of, like, I had those identifications with these things. I always thought that I'm here for this mission, that I'm only here for the other. I'm only here for humanity. I'm only here to help, save the day or whatever. You know what I mean? I have my own mission, of course. But it allowed me to let go, because in that moment, nothing mattered. Nothing. Mission, no mission, none of it mattered. What mattered was life. And then I realized that our original goal to be here on this earth is to be alive. That's the macro. is really to feel alive, not just to live, but to be alive. And when we're being alive, that prison, that false matrix that we're part of can't get a hold of us, because we're truly being divinely alive. It's life. Life, light. And then the micro, maybe the purpose, the role, the gift, could be the mission. But the mission does not come first. You come first. You come first. You being alive comes first. Your life comes first. And so that was the most potent thing for me, to why I say that. And I realized, and it was crazy to so many people when I told them, I would put dengue in the same category of Cambo. But not to tell you, okay, go ahead and get a dengue medicine, like how Cambo would do, for sure. But that's how I saw it. Because also, as I was started coming out of it, first, it recoded me on a deep cellular level. And second, like since then, I have none of those thoughts. Like I started valuing life on a completely different level. And second of all, is that you go through such a big purge, like physically, emotionally, mentally, that when I came out of it, it was like you're literally reborn, like a clean slate, completely reborn. And that's why there you can start fresh. So yeah, it allowed me to choose life. It allowed me to value life, to see what really matters to me, to experience getting so close to death, as if like really those deep questions of like, okay, what if I'm not here tomorrow? Life continues. What really matters? What really, really matters? And it also fundamentally showed me what, on a fundamental core, what true energy work is. That is the true energy work. It's the recoding, the pattern recoding, the choosing of a new reality, choosing a new experience. That is true energy work. And so it allowed me to let go of all these other spiritual modalities and tools that on a fundamental level they did not really work or help. So that's why at the end of the day, really take on the spiritual tools as the ones that have worked for you, not the ones that other people are saying they should work for you. Like law of attraction, for example. If that didn't work for you, drop it. It's not like you're not good enough. There's something wrong with you because other people's are saying it's the key, but for you it's not working. Just drop it. And I hope this video is also an invitation for you to harness getting sick in a different way. And in that video, I'm not dismissing the evil plans and narratives that, whether dengue was maybe man-made. It was like a disease that was man-made, or, the divine, the narratives that are just there to harm the body and make it toxic, to stop it from this awakening. I do believe in all that. And I do know. It's not that I believe. I know these things are real. And firsthand in my own family, I'm witnessing it. But for me, I don't stop there. For me, I don't. Because stopping there did not help me. It did not serve me. Especially in the moment of the heat. When I was right in the middle of it. It didn't help me. I had to choose something else. I had to choose to move forward and not be stuck in a specific story, even though it's true, but there was something else out there for me. So if you're wanting to do some of that recoding or repatterning on a cellular level, if you feel like you want to do some of that shadow work, whether through a physical challenge that you've been having or you're experiencing, or something else that you're wanting to understand and release on an energetic level, you can book a session with me one-on-one online in my website. My website is in the description below. Or also you can join me in person in my next upcoming retreat for some huge upgrade and activation as well. And guys, I'm going to share with you what I did to support my physical body during this process. But as a medical disclaimer, this is not a medical advice or anything. It's just my own protocol. So definitely I had that continuous green soup. So just green soup, green vegetables. I already just eat light diet. I don't eat any sort of death diet. Then I was having a lot of neem teas, like up to 2 to 3 a day. A lot of hydration as much as possible. Apple juice, berry juice, all kinds of juices, a lot of coconut water. That was another thing. Electrolytes that I was having, a lot of coconut water. But also in terms of supplements, what I would suggest is turkey tail. So turkey tail is really amazing for boosting the immune system. Shilajit. So I was having also a lot of shilajit because that is the trace mineral. So it's refueling you and also boosting your immune system. Also a lot of vitamin C and also redox signaling molecules. That is so fundamentally important. If I would say, like, if I were to just use one thing, it would be that thing, redox signaling molecules. And I'm gonna tag some of the videos that I've done around redox signaling molecules because it's something that I'm so passionate about, because I've witnessed it firsthand change people's lives, including my own life, my stepson's lives. It's literally life itself. And we were just talking about death, and that comes in with life, and this is life itself. It's just literally reviving you. There's no better way to put it. Again, these are not medical claims. These are my own words. And for redox signaling molecules, they're operating in 35 countries, so you can find it in any of those countries. You can just check the website description below and press on the link, and you can just get it delivered where you are. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if that was of any support. It will support my channel to move forward as well. Okay, much love.